I enjoy it.
Test, test. All right, looks like that's happening right there.
Now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck off the property.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Just making sure that I got a new phone, so and I'm on the laptop, so just making sure that all of this is coming through clear. Peace to the Habs family. Peace to all the family, everybody that's been watching. Um, got a few things to talk about, but the main thing I'm going to talk about is it's outside of Michigan tonight. But we're going to start inside of Michigan because we need to talk a little bit about a post that I put up. And I actually took the post down. I put the post up and then I took the post down, and I didn't take the post down because I was wrong for putting up the post. I took the post down because it gave everybody the idea that what I was saying, it was misinterpreted. So the way I worded it from a post that I had seen, and let's just be transparent. So the Asian killer who didn't actually get the kill shot in, because that's the way I'm gonna always look at him. Anybody that shoots a gun in the direction of kids, I'm gonna look at you as a killer. You're trying to kill somebody, you know. Ryan Nguyen, I never knew how to pronounce that NG. Is that NG, like, is it Gwen? I never knew. But anyways, the Asian killer, who shot the young boy in Ypsilanti last year, he was just convicted. And when I read the MLive post, kind of pissed me off because it gave the idea that pretty much all of the most serious charges had been waived. He had basically pled out of those and accepted, or prosecution accepted, lesser charges. So it seemed, so it looked, so I interpreted So I posted. And when I posted that, I mean, I got angry faces. I got all kinds of shit popping. Um, and I totally got it. You know, I understood. Uh, what happened was for me when I got a call and I actually got a text. It was a text. And then the text said, "Hey, Shannon, call me. I want to explain, you know, exactly what happened there." And um, I definitely wanted to give the. I believe something's wrong with Haps. It looks like I may be freezing on my end. So I don't want to continue the stream if it's um fuzzy how? Fuzzy sound, fuzzy video. Because right now I've frozen a couple times. So I don't know what fuzzy is. Um, I'm not really sure exactly what that is. I don't think I have a fingerprint on the camera. Let me see. So if that helped, it helped. If it didn't, there's nothing I can do. Just on my end, I guess, obviously. So appreciate you, Free. So I guess where I'm at now, when I got a call, I guess I use text and call. Brother Emmanuel, how you doing? I felt like I definitely wanted to hear what really had went on because I was talking to an individual who would have known. Um, so I made sure that I got done with some stuff, and then I wanted to because I wanted to really be able to pay attention to this. So um, I actually thought I'd had the individual's number, and I didn't. So I hit back and was like, "Hey, here's my number. Call me," because I thought I had your number saved, and I think I actually had it saved when I had an Android going, and then when I went to iPhones, the stuff didn't transfer over. Whatever, I wasn't able to transfer all my contacts. So whatever happened. Um, so he said, "Okay, I'll call you." He's like, "I'm calling from this number, and I'll be calling you shortly." So hopefully you like the Friedman shirt. What's that? The gray Friedman shirt, gray and black. I think I should have got maybe white letters. I don't know. Man, I like the black letters because I got white letters on the black shirts. We are talking about Mason, Tennessee, Brother Ardmore. Mason, Tennessee has something going on, and they are trying to shortchange black Americans down there. Appreciate y'all. This one's Friedman Media. It's personal for me because it's the AN, it's Friedman. I will have them available for other people, Friedman Media, you know. Um, but yeah, some things are happening in Mason. But let me get this clear because I know folks kind of expected me to kind of hit back with it because what I wanted to do, and I'm going to do, um, I'm going to reach out to Mr. Daniel, who's the father of the young boy who was shot, and talk to him so I can speak a little bit more thoroughly on it. But one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to clear up why I took the post down, why the post was inaccurate. It wasn't wrong for my feeling. I was wrong for not having all of the information, and that's why I posted it that way. So, um, soon, soon. I I've got to make a quick trek, and then when I get back, I've got a setup with designer to do some other things with this. Uh, Friedman Media, I want to actually incorporate a microphone somewhere in here. Just haven't worked it all out. Um, Possibly even change the font. I like the direct font, like the bold font, but I want to make it just a little bit more royal, So I've got an idea. I just want to see if I can get that carried out. But so the person who called me, who texted me, was the prosecutor, Prosecutor Ellie Savitt, and basically he wanted to set me straight on really what had happened and why the MLive article pretty much led people to believe that it looked like Ryan Gwynn was getting off. And once he explained all of the intricacies of that, I totally understood. And because I'm always going to be on the right side of history on shit, um, because this was an advantageous situation for the Daniel family, I definitely understand why things had to be done that way. And it pleased me to know that the Daniel family played an integral part in the prosecuting of the case, whereas they were consulted because, there was a lot of stuff put on the table and they had to basically either accept or deny things. And you don't hear about this stuff a lot, but understanding that Ryan Gwynn's guilt here, we know what it is, but there's certain things that had to be done for the Daniel family to be satisfied with the way he was going to be convicted and to make sure that he would never ever do this again to anyone. And I think that starts with him sitting down for a while. Now, I know he's been down almost a year, but that doesn't matter to me. He needs to be down for several years, and that was pretty much assured to me by Prosecutor Savitt. One of the things that Prosecutor Savitt also said was there's going to be a lot of stipulations as far as, this guy shot a kid, and that's why he couldn't get out of jail in the first place, because the bond conditions were so steep, and it was very, very well put together by Prosecutor Savitt, Chief Assistant Prosecutor Burton Harris, and their team to make sure that he couldn't get out of jail in between the time that he shot Kobe to the time that he went to trial. It was beautiful, and I think that they also put together a great plan of action for leading up to his sentencing, which is next month. So I want to thank Ellie for calling me and letting me know really what the real was. And like I said, I only went on what I saw in the MLive article, which I really shouldn't have went on, because the MLive articles on things like that are pretty shitty usually. Every now and then you'll find something thorough that they actually reported on, but they didn't report on this. They just skimmed the dockets, and they basically used Cliff Notes to put their editorial together, and it was bullshit because they gave people half the information. They literally made people feel that this boy was about to walk away after shooting a 6-year-old boy recklessly. And that's not the case. And we will hear more as it progresses and gets to the date of his sentencing, and people will be more or less pleased, I believe, with what the ultimate outcome is going to be, and for the Daniel family. This has to move the Daniel family forward, as well as not, putting him behind bars. The Daniel family must be able to come out on the other side feeling satisfied as well. And I'm glad they played an integral part in the conviction and will play an integral part in his sentencing. So that's a wonderful thing. So I had to clear that up. But once again, appreciate Ellie calling me on that and letting me know, because had he not, I would have had a cast and I would have blown the prosecutor's office the fuck up, just based on what I knew. And I would have blown it up ignorantly. And that's not where I want to be. I want to be at least in a situation to where I have all the knowledge. Now, if I fuck up and blow it up, that's what I do. But I always want to report from the right side, and that's what I really tried to do there. Sound still clear? Everything's still clear? Because I really want to get right to this. I don't want to belabor the time. Um, I've had a couple days to really think on this shit, and I'm kind of pissed off that it's just yet another thing that just shows that we not only need our repair, we not only need our redress, our recompense, our reparations, but right now we need some motherfucking respect. We need some motherfucking respect in Mason, Tennessee. I mean, we need it in every city in this union, but we need respect for black people in Mason, Tennessee. And a lot of people don't know what's going on in Mason, Tennessee. And if anybody has cheated during the beginning part of this cast and looked up Mason, Tennessee, you probably gonna see what the biggest story coming out of Mason, Tennessee is, because it's the only motherfucking story coming out of Mason, Tennessee right now. There ain't many stories that come out of Mason, Tennessee. And right now, the big story that's coming out of Mason, Tennessee is "'Cause I'm white and I said so." That's America. "'Cause I'm white and I said so." And what's happening in Mason, Tennessee is you've got some European peasants who are trying to take over that town after they have raped and pillaged from it and lost control of it. Now they trying to take it back because the money is coming and they trying to get the bag. If you build it, they will come. I know a lot of y'all probably heard that in Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. I'm going from the spirit of the late, great former Detroit mayor, Coleman A. Young. He said when he was preparing to seek out the monies to build the Joe Louis Arena, he said, if you fucking build it, they will fucking come. Now, I haven't gone back to cross-check when Joe Louis Arena was built, and maybe a year before, I guess, or 2 years before, and when Field of Dreams came out. So I don't know who said the quote first, but I know where I heard, if you build it, they will come first. Or if you fucking build it, they will fucking come. Because Kevin Costner didn't say if you fucking build it, they will come. He said if you build it, they will come in the Field of Dreams. Might I add, a great movie. Actually, a great movie. I never saw the Field of Dreams probably until, shit, was 22? Maybe 20? I guess I saw the Field of Dreams. I had never seen that movie before. So, when he said it, I knew who I had heard it from, but I understood why he said it. And yes, that's a great movie. It's probably a movie I got to watch with my grandson as he prepares to go through his second campaign of learning how to play baseball. He said he'll play and he likes it, but he wants to know really what he's doing. So we got to really teach him the fundamentals. We're not just going to throw him out there with a coach who ain't going to teach him nothing. He's going to start with grandpa. He's going to start with the family. We're going to learn. And by the time he gets to the game, he's going to know when, why, and where. And the coach will be able to coach him. We won't interfere with that. But this year, we ain't just going to sit him out there and let somebody else teach him wrongfully. We're going to give him all the ism first. And then when he goes out there, he'll know. So I guess that starts this Saturday when we get haircuts. We're already going to be talking about some things. So good deal. No, there was no F words in Field of Dreams. No F words. Kevin Costner just said, if you build it, they will come. But Coleman A. Young said, if you fucking build it, they will fucking come. So that's where that came from. But no, Field of Dreams, yeah, did they even say fuck in the whole movie? I don't think Kevin Costner said fuck. I don't even know if there was word fuck in the whole movie. That was a pretty what do you call those, wholesome flicks. That's one of the smallest places in the middle of nowhere, West Tennessee. not so far from Memphis. It's a very small town, brother. It's a very, very, very small town. Okay. Um, Mason, Tennessee has been run by European peasants and run into the ground, and they robbed from the town, and they put the town into such detrimental fare that people went to jail. I mean, they had corrupt politicians down there. People went to jail for corruption. And what it did was it turned the politics around to where you started to see black politicians get on city council. You got black mayor, and you started to see some comeuppance for black people. And the biggest problem was, even though you control in your charter, your township, right? You still got them right above your head. You still got them to where they can actually come in and fuck with you and maybe even take things from you. And that's what's happening right now. So if you don't really know anything about this story, and I want to cite fair use right now, I need to cite fair use right now because I'm going to use a part of a clip, and then I'm going to use the second part from a cast that I've seen from Roland Martin. This is purely for educational purposes. Obviously, I'm not trying to make $1 off of Roland Martin's cast. I'm not asking for any money. But I want to give you at least what I heard as far as one of the most thorough explanations as to why the European peasants are trying to steal the charter of Mason, Tennessee from black people. Now, you can say and do what you want, but when I show you things that are just right there in front of you, I expect you, I expect you to understand I don't get upset until you just show me some blatant, all out white supremacist behavior. And this goes past white supremacist behavior to flat out blatant racism. So what I want to do is I want to play part of the clip because it explains exactly what's going on, and then explains like the threat, and then it explains why it's happening. So let me pop this real quick. We still rolling there? Okay, we got to get that back. So let's see here. Just want to make sure that my volume is up.
Buttermilk biscuits. I enjoy it.
Let's test it one more time.
Buttermilk biscuits. I enjoy it.
Okay. All right. So this is the demand. Dwight's demand. Why did my voice crack like Bobby Brady? Dwight's demand.
When did black politicians take over this town?
Fair use.
In 2016.
So what was the leadership, what did the leadership look like? First of all, how many council members are there on the Masons City Council?
Fair use.
There are 6 aldermen and with 7 with the mayor.
Okay, so prior to 2016, what was the racial makeup of Mason, Tennessee?
Pretty much what it is now.
I'm sorry, the city council. I mean the city council.
Oh, before that, it was the same. You still had, but they were all the European Americans.
So the whole city council and the mayor was white?
Yes.
What's the racial makeup now of the city council?
We have white and Latino on our board.
So the mayor of the city, white or black?
Black.
Vice, you're black. How many white members, how many Latinos on the city council?
One white and one Latino.
So you have 7 members, 5 African Americans, 1 Hispanic, one white is on the city council.
Yes, sir.
So you had white leadership of Mason, Tennessee, all of these years. All of a sudden, new leaders come in, and now the controller wants to step in. At any point in the last 20 years, did the state controller say, "Hey, Mason, we're gonna take over your city"?
No. When we knew that they were gonna come in, it was in February when they had a meeting with the mayor and aldermen, and that's when we just found out that they wanted us to relinquish our charter or they would come in and take over the panel. Those are our options. We didn't have any other options. And it was like a demand. It wasn't like acts. It was a demand.
So you heard that. Dwight's demand. Okay? Dwight's demand. And when Dwight comes demanding, something's got to happen, right? I mean, what you going to do? They control the state, obviously. And there are high-level politicians who can probably push the people of Mason, Tennessee around, but they're not even doing that. It's the comptroller and of Tipton County, I believe it's called, who is doing this. And the crazy thing is, I know that white people can be vicious. Okay? They can be vicious. But rarely are white people vicious unless it is advantageous to them. They don't just be vicious just for nothing. They usually are vicious because it's advantageous for them. And in this case, we should know that if they're coming to take over a town, there must be some money involved. We can't be stupid on this. They don't want to just take over the town so they can move in it because the black people done painted some buildings and remodeled some shit. And they was like, oh, you niggas done did good. We want to move in here. No, it's not that type of party. They don't really give a fuck how well you've made it look, how clean the streets are, how green the grass is. If the whites are coming, the whites are demanding, the whites smell money. What you gonna do? You gonna call me a liar? You gonna call me a liar when I know for a fact that white people don't get into business to say they in business? They get into business to make money. Generally off your ass. White people don't get in business generally to make money off their own. They generally get in business to make money off your ass. That's why 90% of the white businesses struggle until Black Friday. And once Black Friday hits, that 30 some odd days between Black Friday and Christmas Day, they do enough business to say, hey, we made some money this year. White corporations will lose money all motherfucking year to get to Black Friday. And Black Friday, black people take their money to the store at 4 a.m. and go buy a whole bunch of shit all over this country. Coleman Young did make that statement, and I believe it was in the 70s. Whenever the Joe Louis Arena was built, Coleman Young made that statement right before. That was the statement that put him over the top because he was talking about the Fed money that he got. He said, I got 5 million Jimmy Carter dollars, and then I will get some more money from anybody that wants to be a part of this project. Bam, 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 bam. And people started to roll in. Tractors, bulldozers, and all kinds of shit because they saw the hustle. I'd be a part of this project. I'll probably be a part of all these Detroit building projects along the riverfront. So You have to know that where I am, when I see people run out and spend money on one day, spend like they haven't spent all year. Well, some of y'all spend like that, like right around this time, the tax time. Some of y'all get to spend in thrifty. And I'm ashamed at all of y'all profit sharing earners, freedmen. I can't say nothing about nobody else because I don't know what nobody else does, and I don't know about how nobody else live. But I know how freedmen live, and I'm ashamed to see freedmen get these profit sharing checks and go spend that money and call off work. Call off work. How you gonna get the profit sharing check and then go blow the money by using your PTO, paid time off, for those of you who don't know what that is? And I have heard about a number of individuals at all three plants, GM, Ford, and Chrysler, getting these huge profit sharing checks, taxes, all kinds, and they start taking time off. Why would you do that? Didn't Chrysler get like $15,000 profit sharing checks? You put 10 people together, you got 150 grand. 10 people, you got 150 grand. Go buy y'all a fucking building and put your kids' names on the deed. What the fuck y'all doing? No, you gonna go spend that money. You gonna go to Vegas. You gonna go to Miami. You gonna go to Atlanta. You gonna go to Houston. Yeah. You're going to go to all the fucking places that you can go anyway. Because if you're working at the plant and you're making that kind of bread, you can go there anyway. But you're going to take your time off, miss those checks, and go spend the profit sharing money. Dumb ass shit. Goofy niggas. Y'all some goofy ass niggas for doing that shit. Have to tell you. Sorry, you are. You're goofy as fuck. I don't give a fuck how a motherfucker spends his money. I don't pocket watch like that. But I think it's real dumb that you would take that motherfucking money and miss time off. Now you've taken paid time off, and because I got a couple people that work at the spots, that's why I know these things. Some of these motherfuckers don't even have the PTO to take off, so they're taking the penalty. So they're actually taking a penalty. They're actually getting a strike against their employment. So where they're going to have to end up probably talking to the goddamn union steward to help them with their job. All because you want to take off some time with your profit sharing check. Stupid ass niggas. Okay. 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 But Mason, Tennessee has gotten to a point where the people who are running the place now, which are freedmen, they are being cornered by the comptroller and the powers that be, who say that, they aren't up to date on their books and they got a certain amount of time to do this or they're coming in to take over. Now, there's a lot of history behind all of this because this town was in trouble before when Dwight's was taking it, when they was taking it over. And they lost control because of all of their bad behavior. Now, the black people done got it back in line, got finances, getting caught up, paying bills on time, nothing late, nothing delinquent. Now the whites want it back. But they don't just want it back because the black people done got in there and cleaned it up, I told you. They don't want it back because the streets look good and they done planted flowers all nicely downtown Mason. They don't want it back because all the landscaping is looking beautiful and the schools are cleaned up. They don't want it back for that. Dwights are vicious here. I told you they vicious. And they're doing something that's so vicious and so deliberate that I don't even know how to call it other than just flat out fucking white supremacy. So I got to play the second part of the video to give you the rest of the context because I've dangled the carrot long enough. And hell, I want to hear it again just because I love the spirit of this woman. I love the spirit of this woman. And she speaks from her heart. She speaks from her soul. And I don't give a fuck. When your country, your country. I love it. I love it. When your country, your country. But I love people that have country accents and got that book smart about them too. That Southern twang sounds so beautiful when you know how to put them words together. And she does. And we're going to listen to the second part of what she was talking about. Hold on one sec. Ooh, she's ugly. They're making these TikTok videos. I think they do this silly shit, and it just, I'm like, why do they do that? You know you're already fucked up doing that. Why would you do that? Anyways. Here we go. They're always trying to pit us against each other. Move over, Tyler Perry. A black woman will own a multi-million-dollar production studio in Atlanta. So? Is her shit going to be bigger than Tyler Perry's? We don't need to hear about second place. And we don't need the gender divide amongst the black folks. See, that's what they've been doing to us. They're trying to create that gender divide. They want black men and black women to hate each other out here so we don't get nothing done. Because we'll never get reparations as long as they can create a serious gender divide. Because they'll have black women thinking that they so independent, and they'll have black men thinking that they so downtrodden, and they won't build any fucking unity. Y'all need to get y'all shit together and understand we can't do this shit without each other. And they can't do it without us. So what we gonna do? We gonna band together, or we gonna go at them by ourselves, individually, torn apart, fragmented? Stop letting people divide us. Stop letting people divide us. That's what they want. The biggest threat to American society is black unity. J. Edgar Hoover in a garter belt. Motherfuckers. So yeah, let's listen to this. This tells why the European peasants want to take over Mason, Tennessee. Fair use.
So talk about this Ford facility that's coming in. How significant is this?
It's very significant because Mason can really prosper with this Ford company. We're glad the Ford company is coming. What we don't understand is why this is happening now. The comptroller has not bothered. They talk about our infrastructure of the town. If the infrastructure was so bad, you knew Ford was coming 9 years or so ago.
So let me stop it there because it's not that long of a clip. So I want to stop it there so my ADD don't kick in. Now, you heard her say they knew Ford Motor Company was building a mega plant in Mason 9 years ago. 9 years ago. I'm on my Umar Johnson shit. 9 years ago. 9 years ago. 9 years ago. So you knew they was coming 9 years ago, but you didn't do anything 9 years ago but rob, rape, and pillage the town. You didn't do nothing to prepare it to receive Ford Motor Company's mega plant. You robbed the town. You left it broke. Just broke. Motherfuckers went to prison for corruption. You got to steal a lot of fucking money. And how much money did Mason really have to steal? So 9 years ago, nobody did nothing. Now, as we draw closer, real close, because Ford's on the way in, now they want to take it over because they know the bag is about to be gotten. When a auto plant comes to a area, businesses boom immediately. Not in 6 months, not in 6 years. Businesses boom immediately. When you drop an auto plant, everybody benefits that has a business around that auto plant. And anybody that comes in is going to make money because not only with the auto plant, you've got the workers, you've got new industry coming, you've also got new residents coming, you've also got people that are traveling in from other places, and this is going to be a mega site. So there's going to be people that are going to come in and train. There's going to be people that come in and stay for 6 months, stay for a year. This place is about to blow the fuck up. Mason didn't even have grocery stores and shit. Nothing. No serious businesses in this place. That's all about to descend down here. And Dwights know it, and Dwights want it, so Dwights are coming to get it. I tell you something about them Dwights. They vicious. I'm going to kick it back about 15 seconds so we can go back right where she said they knew they was coming.
Understand is why this is happening now. The comptroller has not bothered. They talk about our infrastructure of the town. If the infrastructure was so bad, you knew Ford was coming 9 years or so ago. So why didn't you bother to come in, try to help Mason get themselves together if that was the case? But I will also let you know that the mayor that's trying to take over our town, the county mayor, sits on the Ford board.
She says it twice, and I think she said, I'll also let you know. She's like, I'm telling it. I got the news, and I'm telling it. I'll also let you know. Do you hear that? The person sits on the board who's trying to take over Mason. Sits on the board, not the board of Mason, not the board of Tipton, the board of Ford Motor Company. You know, when they come to, they got to have a board of directors for this and that and the other, and they generally get people from the area, people of power, people of influence. This person who's trying to take over Mason sits on the Ford board. What you doing here, bro? Are you for the town? Are you for Ford? Are you for both? Or are you for the bag? You for the bag? I mean, say you for the bag, but that means you got to give up all your control in the county, in the township, in the towns. You shouldn't be able to pull from both bags. You can't be the Jerry Clayton of Mason, Tennessee. You can't pull from the Washtenaw County bag and then go pull from the Guardian Group bag or whatever, the Cardinal Group bag, whatever the fuck his name is. The motherfuckers that, you know, he be making money with teaching people how to be police outside of Washtenaw County. Is his name Clayton? I don't know. His name might be Clayton. He might have a relative down there. I don't know. That kind of behavior, I believe, is vicious. So let me kick it back again, just so we can roll right through her comment again.
Tried to help Mason get themselves together if that was the case. But I will also let you know that the mayor that's trying to take over our town, the county mayor, sits on the Ford board. Not only does he sit on the Ford board, he also has purchased, the county has purchased 300 to 500 acres of land between Mason and the mega site. So
$300 to 500 acres. Now, I used to dream of having a house like on a 5-acre lot. I needed some room. I wanted to have some room, you know. An acre lot really ain't that big no more. But like I wanted like a 5-acre plot of land and put my house on it and have a whole big backyard and all kinds of stuff. I used to have those kind of dreams. 5 acres. And I used to go look at 5-acre plots. I used to go look at areas where they had homes that had these sprawling landscapes and things like that. And I'm like, damn, that's 5 acres, huh? 5 acres. That was huge to me. So when I think about 500 acres and what was huge, because I could have put about 10 businesses on an acre. You know how many businesses that you can put on 500 acres? 500 acres. The county bought that, so that means they'll be able to do whatever they want. That means they can sell property to people coming in who want to do business in Tipton and Mason. What you doing buying that land, dog, if you ain't got no intentions for it? You just want to make sure Ford doesn't buy it? Or did you make a deal with Ford that you would buy this land to make sure that, yes, we're going to have industry, we're going to have this, we're going to have, because you know all types of shit got to come now. Fast food restaurants got to come, grocery stores got to come, all kinds of shit's got to come. If you dropping a mega plant, you got to have all that industry around. You can't have people driving 30, 40 miles to go to the grocery store. You can't have people driving 30, 40 miles to go to the fast food restaurant. You can't have people going 30, 40 miles to go to sit-down restaurants. And it's an auto plant. You got to have some liquor stores close by. You got to have some gas stations close by. Car washes, all kinds of shit. You got to have the shit that people need every day. Because, see, people be at them plants more than they be at their homes. So a car wash, if you own a car wash in Mason, you about to be a multimillionaire instantly, right now. You're going to have more cars coming through your car wash. You also know what you're going to have? Car dealerships. Car dealerships. You got a car plant, you're going to have car dealerships. Used car dealerships. Yeah, come on now. The whites ain't dumb. They just vicious. Vicious. I'm going to pull it back 15, let her close out, because I got to hear her say it one more time.
Board.
Big John.
Not only does he sit on the Ford board, he also has purchased, the county has purchased 300 to 500 acres of land between Mason and the mega site. So you tell me why they want to take over.
Sorry about that. I got to run that back just one more time.
Ford board. He also has purchased, the county has purchased 300 to 500 acres of land between Mason and the mega site. So you tell me why they want to take over.
You tell me why they want to take over. They want to take over because they're coming for the bag, ma'am. And shout out to the Black Queen. I did not get her name when watching that. Fair use, fair use. Don't try to strike me, Roland. I know you don't like me and shit. Y'all went at me and shit on Twitter. I didn't even know. It was like 3 days later, and I didn't even know they was running after me and shit. But hopefully all is love. They understand where I'm coming from now, because I know they be watching my videos. They be watching my shit on Twitter. Because I don't even post on Twitter. And all of a sudden, yeah, they be watching this shit. Because the same people that be following them, be tagging them, they be watching. And shout out to all the other casters that watch other casters' videos. Not just mine, because not that many people watch my videos compared to all these other people that have thousands and thousands of views. But shout out to everybody that's staying on top of shit like this. We got to bring shit like this because y'all didn't even know about this. This isn't mainstream news. This is only black news right now because it's only affecting black people. When something negatively affects black people need to talk about it. We don't need to shut down. We need to talk about it. Not pray about it, talk about it. Like we tell Kai, use your words. Black people, y'all got to use your words. Not a whole lot of cussing and screaming and shit with each other. Don't go to church and talk about it and pray about it. Talk about it in the streets. Talk about it at work. Humble motherfuckers. Let people know we know about you and your peoples, what y'all trying to do. Because that's the only way we turn this shit around. That's the only way. If we galvanize and turn shit around and start calling our own narrative, they will continue to do shit like this, whether it be Mason or any other territory in this union. Have y'all ever realized that this is the same thing, just like they did to Greenwood, Oklahoma, Tulsa, just like they did to Black Bottom, just like they did to the black neighborhood in Minneapolis, just like they did to every other black neighborhood that they ran a motherfucking interstate through. When money was started to be connected with the roads, blacks started to get displaced because they started running freeways right directly through black neighborhoods, displacing black people. Freedmen. And right now, they want to displace the political power of black people because it don't matter. They don't care whether they move out of Mason or not. They're like, you can stay. We just don't want you in power. We can't have you in power. Y'all niggas can stay and work here. We'll even put in a good word with you with the Fords, try to get you some Ford jobs. But we can't have you in power in Mason no more. That's what Dwights are saying. Information man, much love to you. They have every reason to fear us being in power. See, if we come in the way we supposed to come in, we gonna be all right. Now, if we want to get in power and be Baracked, see, because we ain't got no Barack power. That wasn't no Barack energy. You heard her. And the brother that they actually interviewed, I didn't even get any of his clips because they kept chopping him up a little bit. But they let her talk extensively. So I took the meat out of what she said. And she let you know they knew Ford was coming 9 years ago and never did nothing but rob and rape the town. Now Ford's about to motherfucking break ground. Now they want to take over. Now they want to take over. You didn't want to take over before, but you want to take over now. How come you didn't buy them 300 to 500 acres of land 9 years ago, bruh? I'm sure 300 to 500 acres 9 years ago was much cheaper than it is now. Why didn't you buy it then? Because y'all was too busy stealing. Stealing. No good for nothing tricksters. I had to get my Clayton Bixby on for a minute there. No good for nothing tricksters. And they stink. The best fucking clip ever. And they stink. So this new phone, man, is so weird. Like, it cut me off. I I literally was in the middle of a text and it cut me off. And then they were like, okay, so your phone is backed up to like yesterday. And I was just like, okay. And because I was trying to fucking get rid of shit and the memory was all gone. So any text that I got like today, they all went away basically. Yeah, it was really weird. These phones are so fucking crazy. It's like, yeah, your life can stop. You backed the phone up. I could have backed the bitch up for like 3 days ago. Then none of the texts, once I get the phone transferred, would have came over the last 3 days. So that's some weird shit. So yeah, you're only as good as your backed up phone. Hey, did you get my text? No, I actually didn't. Sorry. But I'm seeing a trend here. And I have to actually give credit to Friedman, because if it weren't for Friedman, we wouldn't be causing this stir. Friedman, black people, native black Americans, have put this country on notice. We were pacified. I wouldn't actually say we were lied to, because Barack never promised that he was going to do anything for us. We were just under the guise, because he was light-skinned, that he was going to do something for us, and he had Shelly with the big booty, and she was going to do something for us, and she tried. You know, she tried to make y'all fat little kids and shit trim and slim. You know, she tried. You know, she did some things, that I would think were admirable for a first lady to do. She tried. But the presidency of Barack Obama didn't do nothing but break black America. That's what it did. It broke black America. And it fractionalized black America. And it disillusioned black America. And now that we've woken up out of that fucking stupor and 4 years of Orange Julius, now we done got Barack's side man as the commander-in-chief, and we are fucking done. I mean, how do you go from Barack doing nothing to Trump, who did nothing, and Joe, who said he was going to do something, and we knew he was going to do nothing, with a vice president who was black and said she was going to do something? Oh, no, she didn't. She said she wasn't going to do something. God damn, I keep getting that wrong. She said she wasn't going to do something. Damn. You know what? Did I have that still? Something, I could have swore I saw this shit. It's way back here, if I got it. I was going through my videos. And I was like, damn, I thought I deleted that.
I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Descending layer up in here. She said that. She said, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm only going to do something that's, I never got it. I need to get this down verbatim.
Let's really be clear about that.
We are.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm only going to do something that's going to benefit black people. So when we heard that, that pretty much ended her fucking campaign. When black people heard,
let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
That ended her campaign. I mean, she was running 8th anyway. She moved to 7th because some white people might have helped her out. Been like, damn, she ain't even with the black people. So let's, But black people was like, nope, you're not moving. So she moved up to 7th and had to drop out. She dropped out before Iowa, which was well before South Carolina. Who drops out before Iowa? Somebody that says, I'm not going to do anything for black people. Ran out of money, dropped out of the campaign, and now she's our vice president. So if we don't know that we're fucked, we don't know anything. And that's why black people are in the position they're in right now. Politically, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do in Mason. And they knew. See, they could see the light. They could see the train that was coming with the blue oval on it. And it's getting closer and it's getting closer. And they're like, yep, we're going to take care of our business. We're going to get this right. And when Ford comes, it's going to give us all the opportunity to really take Mason to another level. And here come Dwight. Here come Dwight, and he's white, and it's he say so. He say so because he Dwight. He's obviously not one of the people that went to prison for corruption, obviously. Whoever's trying to take over, I forgot the guy's name, but the comptroller, he's not one of the people that went to prison. No. He's probably related to the motherfucker, though. You know, they all related down there. The Dwights, they like to marry each other down there in Tennessee and Kentucky. They like to marry each other. Like to marry relatives, cousins. Didn't Jerry Lee Lewis marry his cousin? Twice. He married his cousin twice. I'm like, what the fuck? You knew it was wrong when you did it. You were still married to somebody else, and you went and married the bitch again? Ugh. And didn't do a day of jail. Talk about R. Kelly. Let's talk about Jerry Lee. Hey. Talk about Jerry Lee. If we're going to talk about Robert Kelly, let's talk about Jerry Lee. So, with Mason being in the position that they are, they need our support. They need our Save Mason Tennessee hashtags, posting about Mason Tennessee, put in Mason Tennessee, hashtag Mason Tennessee. They need all that shit. We need to build that algorithm for them. Let people know what the fuck's going on. You see videos on this. Hell, you see my video on this. Pump it. Push it. I don't need the motherfucking views. I'm just trying to get the message out there. And as far as I'm concerned, there's not enough people talking about this. We all need to be talking about this. These people have come in and done everything they have been asked. They've dug this place out of a hole, and now that they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, Dwights are coming to steal the light bulb. Sick of that shit, man. And that's why I say we're not going to get nowhere individually. We're not going to get nowhere with the gender divides. Stop allowing people to tear black men and black women apart. I guess Tyler Perry's not going to be the only one with a multi-million-dollar studio. A new black woman. So, she better get with Tyler Perry, or Tyler Perry will buy her shit. Tyler Perry got the biggest and the baddest. They said Tyler Perry's shit is bigger than the motherfucking studios in Hollywood. So what kind of studio could she have? Because she gonna be in Atlanta. Who cares? Tyler Perry's studio is bigger than MGM and Paramount and all that shit. They already said it. Hollywood's coming to him to make movies. Coming to America was made on Tyler Perry shit. Where did they make the first Coming to America? Shit. Them motherfuckers, man, they want to do that dumb shit. And we fall for it every time. I'm independent. I'm independent. Y'all women need to stop that shit. You can be independent all you want, but you know who you need? A freedman. You need a freedman at your back. You need a freedman at your back. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to train you to get a zaddy at your back. That's what they want to do. They want to make you get a zaddy at your back. Well, you've seen what zaddy's been doing around America of late. They've been killing y'all. Every 2 weeks, you got a black woman jumping out of a motherfucking window. Or you got a black woman posing nude and shit with a fully clothed white man. Or you got a black woman saying some greasy shit about black men. That dumb bitch who said her husband calls her nigger bitch when they have sex, she had to throw in that she's never been treated like this before by black men. No, because black men ain't gonna call you nigger bitch, dummy, when they fucking you. Talking about black men never treated me so well. He calls you nigger bitch. Just because he buys you some motherfucking jewelry that's expensive, that's not being nice. That's not being considerate. That's not being generous. And that's what she called a motherfucker who calls her nigger bitch while she's catching dick. Tell y'all something else. Y'all let a mayonnaise motherfucker come at you with 2 3/4 inches and shit and call you nigger bitch, and now he's the best thing in captivity. Really? You get on TV talking that crazy shit about black men, and the next thing you know, woo! I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of the death of nobody, but why the fuck are we losing black women every 2 weeks jumping out of a goddamn window? Beautiful black women, prominent black women. What they got? What they depressed about? That they got to jump out of a motherfucking window? And why is it every time a black woman goes on a Tinder date, she gotta die at the hands of a white man? All these Tinder dates that the black women are dying on, you notice they all been white guys. All of them. All of them. ALLUM. All of them. Shit. How come ain't nobody talking about that? How come Tinder ain't putting no motherfucking rewards out and shit for the capture of these motherfucking murderous motherfuckers? They on your app, bitch. How come ain't nobody putting no pressure on Tinder? Whatever that other motherfucking dating site is, Blooms, something. How come ain't nobody saying shit? These black women are applying for dates on your app. These white killers are applying for dates on your app. They meet up with these women and the women die, and y'all ain't saying shit. I ain't had a representative come out for Plenty of Fish, eHarmony, Bloomful, whatever that shit is, Tinder, none of this shit. Ain't nobody said nothing. I bet you if a white woman gets killed by a black man after getting on Black Planet, that shit's gonna make national news. Let a white woman get on blackplanetdate.com and motherfucker, they'll be reporting that shit in the sports. Well, yeah, you know, the Atlanta Braves and shit, they beat the Cincinnati Reds tonight. Speaking of Atlanta, there was a white woman that was killed like 300 miles from Atlanta. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the way they would roll that out. That's the way they're going to roll that out. A white woman get killed by a black man on a Tinder date, it's over. Let a white woman get killed by a black man on eHarmony. eHarmony will bring their representatives out and shit. We at eHarmony do not approve of this malicious behavior and abuse and brutality and murder of white women. Immediately. She went on a date with this man right here. They'll have pictures and every fucking thing right there. She went on a date with this man right here. Yeah. And all the crazy ass pictures that they showed that the women went, like, damn, she went on a date with that motherfucker? They be in pictures posing and shit with no shirts on and shit. Got sunglasses on, be like out in some wilderness and shit. I'm like, she's taking pictures. She looks like she's fucking, you know, in her apartment. This motherfucker's out in the wilderness somewhere. Caveman type shit. Oh, they're compatible? Gotcha. No, he probably put in there, I'm a neurosurgeon. I've got a penthouse. Drive a Rolls Royce. And she was like, Zaddy. Now you gotta die. I don't know, man.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
That's what she said. She said that shit. She said, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. And you know she probably gave it to that reporter right after the thing, like, bitch, how you gonna ask me that shit? You know I'm not gonna help you niggas out at all. She probably went in on that sister right there. I ain't seen that sister do an interview since then. If I ever see her do a podcast, I want to be like, what happened with you and Kamala after the interview? Did she get up and cuss you out and shit? But y'all bought that bitch. Y'all bought that bitch hook, line, and sinker when Joe pulled her monkey ass up off the love seat. She had been depressed. Kamala was sitting there watching motherfucking MSNBC with a motherfucking bottle of wine in her hand every day, and all of a sudden Joe called. Hey, what are you doing? Motherfucker. Yeah. She was sitting there, and she was fucking drinking wine, and Doug's like, damn, what the fuck? You said you was going to be the motherfucking president. I was going to be the first gentleman. Now I got to really act like I'm a lawyer now. Yeah. Because what does Doug really fucking do now? He's the vice president's husband. What does he do? And you know he got a position. I've seen it. I was just reading about it. He got a position somewhere in the administration. They don't really talk about it. It's kind of a ghost-ass position. And I believe the motherfucker even works for Georgetown or some crazy shit. Got a job. I'm like, I thought he already had a job. Yeah, see? He ain't no goddamn lawyer. Zaddy. I got some exclusive footage after Joe asked Kamala to be the vice president. After she failed at her attempt at becoming president, I got some exclusive footage. Hold on a second.
Hold on, everybody. No. Can I get a witness?
See? Joe said, I need you to be vice president. I'm going to make you the first non-black vice president in America. I can do it. He's like, I need you to stand out in the sun a little bit more. And when you aren't in the sun, I need you to put on a little darker makeup. We got to, because, you know, Kamala is really, really, really light-skinned. Kamala's light-skinned like a motherfucker. She kind of darkens herself up. When she puts that shit on her cheeks, she puts a little bit more color in her shit. Kamala, she's not black. Because y'all do know her daddy ain't like Rasta black. Her daddy light-skinned. He one of them light-skinned Jamaicans. Yeah. Her daddy, yeah. Her daddy don't look like the brother in Belly. Yeah, he don't look like that guy. What was that motherfucker's name in Belly that they got in bed with and shit? And then he went out like Scarface? I forgot his name. I usually remember niggas' names like that in movies. Because he was a scary looking motherfucker, boy. Ox. That was his name, Ox. Yeah. His name was Ox. He looked like a motherfucking ox. So, we've got to protect Mason. We've got to protect anybody that's doing business the right way from Dwights, from white supremacy, from bigots, from racists, from anybody that's coming at us. And it starts by not allowing them to create the gender divide. If we cannot protect one another, who the fuck is going to protect us? I'll tell you this. You want to do the gender divide? You'll look like Ukraine. See how Ukraine's looking now? And I know Russia got a really fucked up war strategy and all, and that's why they really ain't leveled that bitch already. They backwards and fuck. I already told you, they Hogan's Heroes over in that bitch. They don't know what the fuck. They're just bumbling and fumbling. It's like Hogan's Heroes / Three Stooges. They should have took care of Ukraine a week, maybe 2 ago. But Vladimir Putin got Vladimir's pussies. He ain't got no real soldiers out there. They got a whole lot of fucking machinery and a whole lot of missiles and shit. But yeah, them motherfuckers over there reading instructions in the Ukraine. They over there getting captured by old women and shit, feeding them chicken soup and letting them call back home, telling everybody they okay. Fuck that. Let them come to America. I wish I would give somebody some chicken soup and you came here to destroy this country. Yeah, come on in here, man. We'll take care of you. Come on. Yep. If you ain't playing with this motherfucking uniform, they're going to be bringing your hat to the hospital, motherfucker. And y'all can pray for Ukraine all you want. As soon as I saw them kicking black people off the transportation to get people up out the paint, that's when I stopped praying. Yeah. Praying for somebody that's beating up people that looks just like you. Yeah. Stockholm Syndrome motherfuckers. I wish I would. And that motherfucking Zelensky, he said the only people he saw getting brutalized and murdered over there had blonde hair and blue eyes. Now, who is that? Like Sammy Sosa? Who the fuck is that? Fuck. We ain't got no black people with no blonde hair and blue eyes. Speaking of blonde hair and blue eyes, though, Cory Booker. Did that motherfucker get up and cry? Did he get up and cry at the goddamn SCOTUS hearing today? I heard he cried. Please, if somebody can verify that he cried, please tell me. Did y'all see the news today? Did Cory Bussy cry at the SCOTUS hearings today? I heard he cried. I don't know why he cried, y'all, but they said he cried. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have not cried the first day, but he got all sniffly and shit, because I heard that. He's getting all moist and shit while he's talking. Why the fuck do they let this motherfucker get on camera and cry every time? Get all pink in the face? Boy, shut up. If you ain't crying, it's Van Jones crying. They love y'all bald-headed, moist-ass niggas. Fuck wrong with y'all? Get out the paint. Don't nobody want y'all to be crying and shit. You weaken the black man when you do that. We cry, but we pick our time strategically when to cry. Like not on camera in front of billions of people. Shit. There's no reason for him to be crying in no goddamn SCOTUS hearing. The fuck, man? Then you want to talk about you from motherfucking Newark. Newark where? You and T-Bone. You and T-Bone in the hood and shit when y'all was little. Boy, if you don't go somewhere. We got a bad, bald-headed faction right now. You got Andrew Gillum, you got Cory Bussy, and you got Van in the van with $100 million. You can talk about Van right now, but Van don't give a fuck because he got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. He's like, yeah, call me whatever you want, bitch. I'm sitting on 100. Plus my CNN salary, plus my nonprofit salary. Yeah, call me what you want to. I'm not Van in the van anymore. I'm Van in the limo. Whores. He's still crying, though. He's still crying. Once a crier, always a crier. So, I'm up for Mason, Tennessee. I'm glad I was able to get that out about Ryan Gwynn. Once again, thanks to Eli Savitt, that y'all call him. His name is Ellie. When I call him Ellie, they be like, who's Ellie? Ellie Savitt. Eli, to y'all illiterate motherfuckers, who put me on game, let me know that not only was he not getting a slap on the wrist, he is going to prison for multiple calendars, but this was the most advantageous thing for the Daniel family. And that's what I want. However many years he goes to jail, is inconsequential unless they get what the fuck they are supposed to get. Okay? The Daniel family's not happy. I'm not happy. And if I'm not happy, I'm going to make a whole lot of other people unhappy, just like I did on that post. And I took it down. Boy, there's a lot of angry faces on that post. I love that shit. I didn't love that they were angry. I don't want anybody to be angry, but I'm glad that they came together because they saw what it was and they got pissed off, just like I did. That's the only way we get anywhere, is if everybody gets pissed off and lock arms and move forward. Lock arms, move forward, save all the other bullshit for later. Anybody in our way is going to get run over. When we unify, we advance. When we fractionalize, they got us. They'll get us with one of the vices because we've been weakened as an infrastructure, and to gain, we're going to have to ask for help, generally from the opposite. Yeah, that's what happens. If we have black banks, we can go get lending from black banks. They all get their money from the same place. It's all federally insured funds. But if it's really a black bank that's seeking out the patronage of black Americans, we can go get loans and we can build businesses and we can build corporations right on this soil. We ain't got to go to Africa, y'all. All y'all are talking about moving to Ghana, y'all not going no goddamn place. Stop it. Motherfucker ain't never even went on a goddamn cruise ship. Now you talking about moving to Ghana. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go on a 3-dayer and come back and tell me you can live abroad. No, you can't. Let me answer that for you. I'll give you the short answer. No, you fucking can't. How about that? And I tell you, I'm going to run with this energy again because this queen laid it down. She gave it to your president. She let him know she ain't no hoe with it. And if you want a nut, let's buck.
And you done showed the citizens of America that y'all is not for the citizens of America. Y'all is using these people for y'all own fucking agenda. Because they done worked in this country all their lives. And all you could find to get them when this damn COVID broke out was a $1,400 check. And you taking billions of dollars, sending over there to another country that ain't did a damn thing in this country for these people. These people in this country have worked for y'all motherfucking asses. Not them over there. And y'all want us to feel sorry for them over there and y'all ain't giving a damn about us over here? We want to get the fuck away from y'all.
We want to get the fuck away from y'all. And as I stated before, no, we not moving to one motherfucking state. Y'all can stop all that shit. We own all 50 of these bitches. Why the fuck would we stay in one? Unless we going to Airbnb all 49 states. California holds about 40 million people. It's 40 billion black Americans. What are we going to take all of California? No. I don't want California. I don't want New York. And I don't want Florida. Texas, any of that shit. I want all 50 of these bitches. Because there's been slavery in all 50 of these bitches. So that means I've got blood shed in all 50 of these bitches. I respect the game. I understand what people say when they would say we should all move south and we should all do this. I get it. But why the fuck are we going to compartmentalize ourselves? That's what they did. They tried to compartmentalize us. We were only worth this. We were only worth that. Fuck you. You knew how much we were worth. That's why he didn't give us anything. See, when I think about slavery, I think about it as it had to be that necessary evil. They had to break us down so much and not give us nothing, because just giving us just a little bit, we would have overcame. So they had to beat us, and they had to rape us, and they had to kill us. They had to. They couldn't say, hey, come on over here and work. We'll give you fair wages. We've got housing and everything for you, because they knew before long we were so goddamn smart. We were so goddamn skilled. We were so goddamn strong. We'd be telling them what the fuck to do because they didn't know how to do shit. Black people came over to this bitch and became the only skilled tradesmen on the soil. All white people did was rule. They ruled. And when it was said that they couldn't rule no more, then what'd they do? Then they started coming through beating and killing and brutalizing us when we had went off into our own territories. We got the fuck away from y'all. Just like she said, we want to get the fuck away from y'all. Now, we ain't going to Ghana. We ain't going back to Africa. We ain't been to Africa, motherfucker. That was so many goddamn generations ago. We don't know how to get back to Africa. We ain't got a map to Africa. Our GPS don't work to Africa, but it work around this motherfucker. Yeah, our GPS works well around the United States of America. Shit. And that's where we gonna flow. Here. I think I pretty much got everything out that I needed to say today. I cannot believe that they've treated people that actually just came to that territory to go to school or work and probably even have lived there, because now they have Afro-Ukrainians. That's just a black man or black woman that stayed over there and had kids and shit. How come they don't call them Ukrainian Afros? How come they're Afro-Ukrainian? Why are they not Ukrainian Afros? You know why? Because we're always the dominant. If we put our blood in it, it's always the dominant gene. I know some don't always get chocolate dark. I get it. But if they got that black blood in them, they got something special. Uh-oh. Who the fuck done came up here and got muted on a comment? Ain't nobody. Y'all been doing good tonight. Who got muted on a comment? Let me see. Oh, shit. I'm putting that one up. Y'all see Lair's comment there? If y'all can see it, read it twice. God damn it. I love my African family, but I don't know nothing about Africa. We ain't never been there. And shout out to all the brothers and sisters who have been there. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong about going to Africa, visiting Africa. But that's not our homeland. This is our homeland. It's where my grandmother is buried. It's where my great-grandmother is buried. It's where my great-great-grandmother is buried. It's where my grandfather is buried. It's where my great-grandfather is buried. It's where my great-great-grandfather is buried. That's enough to take me all the way back to 1810. And it was told to me that they were the ones who were brought here from Africa when they were children or younger. Yeah. Can't nobody say that and not understand that what we've done in this country has we've lived on a conveyor belt. We've played tug of war with baby oil on our hands. We've tried to build with wood that had termites in it. We've tried to grow crops with seeds that were not fertile. We've tried to grow on land that was not good soil. We've done things on this soil that no other man will ever do. Begs to ask, how are we in the position that we're in? How? Anybody want to tell me how we are in this position? I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. We're not unified. We backbite and we fight each other. Black man try to do something right out here. Try to focus. He acting funny. That nigga acting funny now. You do a little something different than what the average brother is doing. That nigga crazy, man. I don't know why he doing that shit. I was called crazy by an individual for years. He thinks he better than everyone else. Yeah. Oh. I was told by an individual that they thought I was just crazy. I didn't know what you was talking about. Wow. I speak fairly clearly. I'm not the clearest speaker in the world, not by a long shot, but I speak fairly clear. And I know that I have explained as to what exactly it is I do and where my skill set is many a times. And all anybody was able to draw from that was, I thought you was just crazy. They didn't know what you was talking about. That's a blood relative that said that. And every now and then they probably scroll by and see my post and things like that. They never like them. They never comment on them. They never get in the chat rooms on the videos. But they think I'm crazy. There's people I don't even actually know. I kind of know, but I don't really know. And I may be Facebook friends with them or something. And they see me on the street. When a motherfucker who doesn't know you says, you be talking that shit, I respect that. Because I do be talking that shit. And I'm going to continue to talk that shit. Because that shit needs to be talked about. And that shit needs to be thwarted and turned around and kicked in the fucking ass. And that shit is white supremacy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not afraid. I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal. Yeah. For all the people out there that really believe, that truly believe that we can do this, because it's not about a Supreme Court justice being black. How is she going to advocate for black Americans? Because as I said before, I don't need Clarence Thomas with titties. Because Clarence has done nothing for us since he's been in office. Now they talking about his wife was connected to the goddamn insurrection. I'm like, really, nigga? You didn't know where she was going when she had that camouflage jacket on and shit? What the fuck? Clarence? Clarence? Boy, I tell you. I mean, they said she got a connection to the insurrection. I'm like, how the fuck does your wife have a connection to the insurrection, bro? If you don't get your Uncle Ben ass out here and get to talking to us. But now they want to get Ketanji in. They want to get Ketanji in. And you know what? I'm not going to condemn anybody that actually is saying, hey, Black history, Black girl magic, support her. I'm not going to condemn anybody doing that because you're doing it for the right reasons and you're doing it with a purpose. But at the end of the day, if Ketanji does not advocate for us, I'm going to let you know. And when I let you know, I'm going to let you know in my way.
Buttermilk biscuits. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. 22 is coming up, and it's been 2 years since she was singing and dancing and all up in the videos like Diddy. But what y'all gonna do in 22? Y'all gonna vote blue no matter who? Because your girl Kamala, she about to get on the campaign trail for the people in 22. Because she need to start right now because she gonna be running in 24. Now, I don't know if she's going to be running as Joe's running mate or if Joe going to tap out and she going to try to run for president again. Either way, you know she coming in her Converse, in her Timbos, in her pink and green. Yeah, you know they coming. And for all the AKAs out there that tried to talk that talk to me, where y'all at now? I already got one of y'all. To turn around. Shout out to my homegirl Shonda. She said she done with her. I appreciate that. I appreciate her understanding. I wasn't trying to talk about the light-skinned. I really wasn't. But I knew where she was coming from. And she wasn't speaking for us. I didn't care about her HBCU history. I didn't care about her sorority history. I didn't even care about her past political. I thought she was not for us. That's why I was against her. And now look where she at. First black woman vice president is now Asian, and she's one of the most influential Asians in America.
Buttermilk biscuits. I enjoy it.
This is going to be going on all night.
Biscuits. I enjoy it.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been out here riding with me. And I appreciate that. And we got some corners to bend. And the next route is exciting. It actually is. It's actually really exciting. We're gonna bring it along the right way. But I just have to let people know where I'm at. Because if we're not going to do this together, if we're not going to do this together, thought that was on, we don't understand how detrimental losing what little market share we've got out here. And we can't think that we have market share because we're out here buying a whole bunch of shit. That's why I'm so down on the motherfuckers who just spending all that goddamn profit sharing money versus going to look and try to get a plan B or a C or something, because you're going to need it. Gas is $5 a gallon. Y'all done went from filling up your tanks to putting a half a tank, to putting a half a tank, to putting a quarter of a tank. And you're getting gas every few days because you can't let them dollars go. Products in the grocery stores are shrinking, the prices are going up, and you're not getting paid anymore. And motherfuckers got nerve to take the goddamn time off and soak the goddamn profit sharing check up. Come on, man. Don't be dumb and ignorant all your motherfucking life. I appreciate though. I appreciate though. Let me go finish my motherfucking work, dog. Y'all be good.
Biscuits, I enjoy it.
Uh-oh.
Buttermilk biscuits,
There we go.
I enjoy it.
That one don't work for me. That first one didn't work for me. That one didn't work for me. This one works for me.
And you done showed the citizens of America that y'all is not for the citizens of America. Y'all is using these people for y'all own fucking agenda. Because they done worked in this country all their lives. And all you could find to get them when this damn COVID broke out was a $1,400 check. And you taking billions of dollars, sending over there to another country that ain't did a damn thing in this country for these people. These people in this country have worked for y'all motherfucking asses. Not them over there. And y'all want us to feel sorry for them over there, and y'all ain't giving a damn about us over here? We want to get the fuck away from y'all.
Point blank, period. One love, free. One love, lair. One love, lurkers.